exchange? What's happening with the remaining balance?
That is a good question. It's something that actually, in my personal opinion, should not be up to us, the team. My personal opinion, this needs to be a community vote. It's your money at the end of the day. It is the donor's money. It's the entire community's money. So I want to hear from the community exactly what we think is the best option for this. We'll be putting up some polls. We'll be putting up some polls here in Twitter and Telegram, and we want to make sure that however the donors would like that best represented, that's what it should go towards. There's lots of things that it can go towards, like building out our amazing tech stack, whether it's the NFT marketplace or the faucet or whatever it may be, or it could go towards future exchange listings. But yeah, we definitely want to hear from the community because at the end of the day, it's everyone's money.
That's awesome. Yeah, just throwing it out there because you had mentioned polls. Whitebit's going to be doing their third $10,000 donation on behalf of Hoj to a charity. If you guys are passionate about a charity, there's someone that takes crypto as a crypto community, well, I guess as a charity that they take crypto. Go to our nation, go to our post there. I think Tammy had made a post, and just nominate the charity that you'd really like to see win this money. So far, I believe there's been two really awesome charities. One was Hoj Aerospace, which that money went to school. It went to the university for some kids for like scholarships. And then the second one, I believe, was it Pause to Patrol? I think it was Pause to Patriot or Patriot Pause. Maybe off of that one. I have to get the name right. But some really good charities that you guys nominate. The community then votes on those charities. Whitebit will then send them $10,000 just on behalf of Hoj for the great partnership that we have. So shout out to them for that. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about as far as the exchange goes. Can you think of anything, Hunter?
No, just other than I cannot begin to express how proud I am of this entire community. Obviously, I and a lot of the team has been around since the very early days, and it's just been amazing to see the involvement, amazing to see how much initiative everyone here has taken. We were talking the other day, and we were saying one of the biggest catalysts for this, especially for this pump, has been how much everyone has been going out into Reddit, going out into all these different social forums, into Twitter, and just talking about Hoj. And all of a sudden, you're seeing these people that have recently made money in something like Jib or something of the sort. And props to them for being able to do that. And then all of a sudden, they're also seeing, like this Hoj, and they're realizing what it is, and they're learning from our community the true potential behind it. And so, I mean, we owe all of this to everyone here.
Absolutely. And, we keep saying we can't tell you the exchange, but we can tell you 5 exchanges that it could be, right? For those that don't know at all exactly who these exchanges might be, you may want to tell us who those are.
Who are the top 5 exchanges? Yes, the top 5 exchanges, if you look at them, are, I believe in order, Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, Huobi, and then the 5th one is, correct me if I'm wrong, which is the 5th one?
I think it's Kraken.
Yes, it is Kraken. That is correct.
Yeah. So those are the 5. One of those 5 has an agreement with us, $530,000. We'll list on their exchange, depending on their marketing dates, depending on enough time for us to throw out some marketing as well. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a good time. We're at the beginning of a bull run. We're starting to see altcoins just take off, more so us than others, it seems like. Maybe it's the utility, maybe it's the community, maybe it's a combination of both. If y'all have a question you guys want to ask Hunter, feel free to request. I'd love to see what your questions are, maybe any kind of feedback you guys have. I'd love to hear it. But it's been amazing, man. I've seen a lot of people come forward. I think 2 people today both said they want to do some $50,000 to $100,000 towards the exchange, which is awesome as far as buying out some of the Hoj there. We have also our BSC wallets that have a little bit of Hoj. I think if you're interested in that, Zunder, I think he's been the point guy on that part. And overall, man, it's just looking really good. I'm really pleased with the process and the fact that we haven't sold a single Hoj yet. We haven't dipped the market at all. The exchange wallet hasn't been hit. It's all been private sales, which is still nice because we still get that 2% transaction burn, which is really nice.
It has been really beautiful to see. It's been an amazing week for sure.
Absolutely. Any questions at all? Anybody, feel free to request. If you have any question about Hoj, what we're doing, utility? Oh, we have 1. We have 2. We have 3. Okay. McGuire, we'll go you first, buddy.
Hey guys, just want to say thanks for all that you're doing, all the hard work that you guys are putting in. Just had a question about how many or how much USDT that we need to convert
So
or
yeah, so
Hoj to USDT.
yeah, good question. So Hunter, I think you said before is $150,000 USDT, and then the remaining balance was half Hoj, half USDT. Which, if my math is correct, we need about $180,000 worth of Hoj, and then was it $350,000 worth of USDT?
That sounds right. Yes, I need to check the math real quick, but yeah, that does sound right.
Okay, and I'd say out of that 350,000, I want to say we're probably about 20% met already between the 4 wallets that we have. That includes BNB, that includes Ethereum, USDT, and some altcoins.
As well as the PayPal wallet, there's also been a really decent amount of donations into the PayPal wallet, which obviously a lot of them get to go directly to USDT.
Yeah, we deposited $3,900 today in USDT from PayPal. So that was pretty amazing.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Nick, you're up next, buddy. Let's go.
Hey, I got a question. So I bought quite a bit of Hoj through MetaMask, and I don't plan on getting rid of it soon. But if and when I do decide so, I know there's quite a bit of confusion on how to do so through MetaMask. I was wondering if you knew that by chance. If I were to cash out at some point, how to do so.
Yeah,
for sure. I would first and foremost, for most people, my suggestion for how to sell on MetaMask or how to buy on MetaMask is don't. Traditionally, Uniswap I just find to be a lot better. If you're trying to stick into the DeFi space, I'm not sure if you're talking about specifically on the BSC side or the Ethereum side, but traditionally the actual swaps or the actual decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and PancakeSwap tend to be a lot more intuitive and allow a little bit more control as well.
Yeah.
So basically, I stand no chance.
No,
you can still definitely swap in MetaMask. You definitely can. Just remember, set your slippage to usually at a minimum 2%, and so make sure I usually keep it around 3% for slippage, and then make sure. I think that's generally all that you need in MetaMask, and then you should be good to go.
Yeah, you keep in mind when you're using MetaMask, they're going to charge you fees that are beyond that of Uniswap or PancakeSwap. And so definitely use the decentralized exchange if you can. We have those how-to videos. Just watch them. At the very end where it shows the Hoj and the Ethereum, where the Hoj and the BSC just flip, where BSC or Ethereum up top, or BSC or Ethereum's on the bottom, and then the Hoj is up top, and you'll be able to sell them out.
Cool, I appreciate it. I know something I saw on a Reddit page was, do you know if I can swap it to a Coinbase wallet and then transfer it over to Ethereum? That's really the only route that I've seen?
No, don't do. The reason, so it sounds like you're on Ethereum, right? If you're on MetaMask, if you're on your wallet, the app, sorry, if you're on the app, you open up your MetaMask wallet. There's 3 little, looks like a waffle or 3 little lines to the top left. If you click on that and then click browser, go to Uniswap or go to our website, click the little unicorn, and it'll take you straight to Uniswap where you can sell it. You don't even have to send it. The problem is if you send your MetaMask Hoj over to Coinbase wallet, not only are you going to pay a fee for sending it, but you're going to lose 2% of your Hoj in the process.
Got it. Awesome. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem. If you're going to move it to any wallet at all, make it a cold wallet. Make it one that you have to plug in like a Trezor or like a Ledger or Nano X or whatever,
For optimal safety.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
You're up next. You too, Nick. Thanks, buddy. Crypto Create. Okay, you might
Thanks,
be.
guys. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Just a quick one, guys. Obviously, a lot of that value is like a fluctuating asset at the minute as we're holding it in Hoj. What are we going to do if that actually dips below the donation value? Let's say the market takes a turn for the worst. Does that mean we're going to have to crowdfund again? Or are we going to have to hope that it pumps up again?
Kind of maybe both. Depends on what happens. Assuming that we don't dip to like 0.0002, I would assume that we're this close. The community is going to keep it going. We're going to keep selling these funds as quickly as we can. For the most part, though, we've been in the range of 5 to 6 all day today, and so we've been looking.
That's one day. Like, you know, you're talking about a 2-week time frame, and obviously the market is volatile. So I think we're taking a risk by, you know, sitting on that money in Hoj rather than selling it while we're in a hype and then converting it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take 2 weeks. I think we'll have it by this weekend. Be my guess. I mean, Weiser, what do you think? Or Hunter, sorry.
In terms of the ability to fully send off the funds, like I said, that's a little bit determinant on them. So I'm definitely not going to commit to that. But in terms of how long it will take to actually convert it, I mean, yeah, we will be able to convert it quite quickly. And the more that we convert into USDT, the more that reduces that volatility, just like you're saying. So, I mean, we are actively converting it, and now we're bringing it to the point where eventually it will be mostly USDT, which means its volatility is going to be greatly reduced. So hopefully that addresses that problem. Of course, then we'll look back and be like, once Hoj is 5x from here, we'll be, oh no, we have too much USDT. But yeah, absolutely, we're doing everything we can to reduce that risk of volatility as fast as possible.
But why are we so worried about selling and affecting the price? Because holding is taking a risk as much as selling is.
I think there's two problems with that. And it's a really good question. It's diminishing returns. When you sell a large quantity of Hoj, let's say 5 Ethereum, 10 Ethereum, you are receiving less per Hoj token based off that sell, right? You on the buy. If you're looking at buying right now Hoj, and you're trying to buy 20 Ethereum worth, you'd be a lot better off buying 2 Ethereum worth 10 different times and selling 20 all at once. The other side of this is when you sell, not only are you having issues with the diminishing returns, but you're also paying $300 a pop, just in the fees of selling. In addition to that, you're causing a giant candle, which some people may think of it as a sell-off. They see a wallet like our wallet with 700 million Hoj in just one wallet, and they see a sell-off happening, they're going to start freaking out and sell their Hoj as well. So we don't want to cause a cascade of waterfalling happen just because we're trying to raise money for an exchange. At the end of the day, we have to keep in mind that you guys are investors, and we don't want to ruin your guys' wallets or your guys' outlook on the project either. We want to make sure it's as safe or as reasonably safe as we can make it. Obviously, it's crypto; it's going to be volatile. There's things we can't control, but we're trying to do our due diligence not to destroy the charts or destroy your guys' wallets in the process.
I appreciate the answer, and obviously you guys are going to do what you're going to do, but I think by playing it safe, you're actually putting yourself in a lot of risk, and I think you're risking the funds and the chance to obviously get on the exchange because you're relying so much on the market not changing and staying in our favor, which we have zero control over, whereas what we do have control over is securing them funds. Even if it causes a dip, at least we know we've got the funds to go on exchange. But that's all I've got to say.
Well, hey, we definitely appreciate your feedback. We'll take it in consideration for sure. Let's see. I think, Kim, you were next. Kimbo?
Yeah, hello. I was wondering about Hoggy Swap. Are you gonna make it possible to stack or stake Hoj there, like the Binance version?
Already getting into HojSwap. Yeah, actually, that is something that will be a feature and is something that you can look forward to. Interesting. I didn't think we'd be getting HojSwap questions. Yeah, that is something you should be able to look forward to.
Fantastic.
Cool. Thanks, Kibo. I think Dwayne, you were next. Or is it Dwayne?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just want to say, man, thank you guys. Always love the honesty. And I want to tell the community, listen, I'm not a big bag holder. I got enough to hopefully, change my life. But two things I do want to say to the whole community: if you are going to buy, sell, do anything with this coin, stay off of MetaMask, stay off of Coinbase, because they're being brutally honest with you. The fees that you're going to pay are ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Question here.
But in terms of what's going on now, the new growth and everything, this is truly a community driven. It's not even just a coin; it's an investment. And if you hold and you generate new growth or new buys and you hold on to it, you're basically, we are all in control of our own future with this coin. And there's no other crew that's going to be this brutally honest with you that's attached to any coin out there on the market. And I was, and I've had hold for a while. I was up when I first got into it, and and my wallet fell, and now it's back up again. But if you truly like, there's a lot of coins out there. Yes, you can make $4, $5, $6, $700 in 2 or 3 days. Um, and if that's enough to make you happy, that's fine. But you're talking about something that if you hold for another 6, 8 months or to another year, like you really might see something that could actually change your life. Like this is a actual like investment. This is like an investment group. Like you guys do these things all the time. And like I said, you know I'm not affiliated with Hoj, but I just want to once again just tell you guys, man, hats off. You guys are doing a great job.
Thanks, brother. It's important to note nobody here at Hoj gets paid. Everybody here is a dev. Everybody's a community member. Every single person can do exactly what they want to do with it. We're an open brand. If you want to build a website, I built Hoj University. Why? Because I feel like education is a platform, and we bring a lot of new people to this space, and we should use this platform for good. And so there's a lot of great crypto communities out there that can learn from us, whether it's LPs or whether it's explaining common terms like all-time high or fiat or centralized exchanges or DEXs. I think we owe it to our new people to teach them the way, to make them better educated, and really just to kind of empower them to become better investors.
Thank you. I got a quick question. I was wondering if anyone has seen the price action on FTX for Hoj. It looks like it's spiking very erratically, but it doesn't really reflect the balance that I see in, let's say, MetaMask. I'm wondering if anyone else is seeing that or what that means, or am I just not aware of what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't use the FTX platform at all. Hunter, would you know?
No, I mean, obviously, so we're not listed inside of FTX. So FTX, whatever price you're seeing, it will be pulling it from an API. I think they're generally pulling it from the CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap APIs. But whatever price you are seeing is generally pulled from some API. So it's likely reflecting whichever service they're actually using. When you say you see it spiking really quickly, in relation to, I assume you mean DEX tools where you're viewing it in Uniswap?
So on FTX, like it'll say like the price is at let's say like 0001, and then it'll go up to like 0005, like significant like 300% like here and there, like every other hour. And so it sounds like FTX is just not really synced up very well. And I just wanted to see.
Yeah, it sounds like that, especially considering the fact that we're not actually listed on FTX right now. So we're not a tradable asset there. So whatever they are looking at, it's from some third party, and I'm guessing that they're still building out those APIs.
Gotcha. Cool. Thanks.
I think I can add to that a little bit. If you go back and look at yesterday at the Shiba Inu price graph on Coinbase, you'll see it did a similar sort of weird spiky thing, and I think it's just when their service is kind of flagging and not working well. That's an artifact of a failing API call, not of a like an actual price action.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Let's see who is next. I think Me Here was next. Me Here, what's going on?
Hey guys, this is just more of a statement than anything. I've been around since March. Accidentally found it during COVID. And I just want to say a great thanks to all the devs and all the guys that have given all their time into this and the really good decisions that have been made, including just listening to the group. You know, from the time when we were just 1,500 to 2,000 people, now we're 67,000 strong. It's been a great ride, and I just want to say I really appreciate it. And hopefully, some of the newer people realize the amount of work that's gone into this. Especially when we were in the 5-0 range. Where we've come from and where we are now. So I just wanted to say thanks a lot, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Dwayne, do you want to say something else?
We see your hand up.
Yeah.
Hey, just if you follow the NXT whatever, man, you'll have 5 heart attacks a day, brother. Just try to get a more reputable site, man. Coin Market Cap. Some of these sites, if you look at them, man, you'll wake up thinking that you're a millionaire, only to find out, the next day or 15 minutes later when everything catches up that, like you said, it's just some big buy or sell or spike or something like that, man. So, when you're doing your research or you're looking at things, man, especially that particular site that he just mentioned, it's a lot of fake news attached to it, man. So just be careful where you're getting your sources from.
Absolutely. And while we have a second too, Joe Corona, man, everyone make sure they follow this guy. Awesome soccer player, big passionate fan of Hoj. I don't know if you've seen his Facebook, or not his Facebook, but his Twitter wall. He's posted quite a bit on there. Awesome guy. Feel free to throw him a like. Feel free to make some memes. I'm sure he'd love it. The better the memes, the more creative, the better. I'm sure he may even post one on his wall. Shout out to him for sure. Gilbert, I think you were next.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I just had a quick question. With y'all's private sales for the Hoj, that way you don't tank the market. Basically, I'm one of the first people that got into Hoj, probably the first week after it was made. So I hold a decent sized bag, and I got a lot of people like into Hoj as well, like family members and stuff like that. So is there any way that y'all can do it to where somebody like me or somebody with like a billion coins can do private sales through the community versus selling off and tanking for everybody else, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Maybe even through HostSwap or something. Hunter, what do you think about that? What do you think?
I mean, so essentially, what you're looking at is like a protocol to have one address that you can send, that one party can send Hoj to, one party can send whatever the paired token, whether it's ETH, USDT, whatever it may be. We generally do encourage for that, like actually like going against the open market. That way, everyone receives their reflect. Everybody receives, the liquidity pool is also rewarded. If in general. That is something that is a possibility. It wouldn't be directly through the Hoj team or the Hoj Association, just because we're, obviously at the end of the day, we're not really brokers. However, I mean, it's definitely a good idea and something that we can look into.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was just wondering because I know everybody has like a price that they're seeking and they want to sell at and stuff like that whenever they make $1 million, 2 million, whatever the price is. And I just didn't want to tank the market or screw anybody else in basically like the family that we have or whatever, because I have family members in it as well. And that was just an interesting thing to me, seeing the private sell-offs and stuff. And it's kind of hard for somebody like me or somebody that doesn't really know how to get in contact with the private, somebody that wants to buy privately versus just selling through a big amount through Uniswap or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the first thing is get active, man. Get in our Discord, get in our Telegram, get on our Reddit page, get to know people. It relates to the community, right? Get involved with people, and they start getting to know you, who you are, and all that stuff. And maybe a little easier to facilitate those deals with people you just already know or you build relationships with. I mean, heck, I've known this core group of guys for 10 months now. I'm pretty sure if I said, "Hey, can I borrow $5,000?" they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. Just pay me back next week or pay me back tomorrow in Hoj or whatever it is." So one thing that's beautiful about this community is just everyone's so tight knit and everyone gets to know each other and just an amazing, amazing community to be part of. So definitely get more involved. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate it. I was just looking to it for the rest of the community as well. That sounds pretty good, though. I'll start getting more active with the community.
Yeah, man. What better way to secure your investments than be active and participate and stuff for sure. Tim, how are you, man? I think you're next.
Hey, doing good, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so my question was, I've seen in some recent posts or earlier posts that once the top 5 exchange, once we get that sealed and done, that there were 2 other exchanges that were willing to list us. Are there fees associated with those? I imagine there's some type of liquidity involved in those, because you guys were also mentioning, if we have excess funds from this go round, what kind of expenses are we looking at for those 2 additional non-top 5 exchanges that have agreed to list us?
This is directly involving me, not per se business development. So
Oh.
don't quote them on this. But this is my perspective, right? From my observations of watching other crypto communities, when you list on a top 5 exchange, a lot of doors open, right? A lot of different exchanges will list you for free, or exchanges that who have previously came to us will say, hey, look, maybe we were trying to charge you $50,000, now we're going to charge you $10,000. The reason being is when they see your volume go from $5 million a day to $50 million a day, they're incentivized by the number of transactions, right? They get paid $2 or $3 per transaction. You times that by 50,000 transactions a day. They've incentivized themselves to list you for free. Now, currently, we don't have the volume to make a lot of crypto exchanges go, man, that's just crazy. 5 million is good, but it's not amazing. I mean, you have ones out there that are doing 50 million a day, or 100 million a day, or $1 billion a day. Everyone gets to that point, but once we get on an exchange that's top 5 and we start showing that volume, to me, it's a no-brainer that other exchanges won't be like, hey, we're just going to list you for free. And there's been a couple, and we've already had 4 or 5 exchanges list us for free. Not all are top tier by any means. I think Biloxi, Decoin, ZT, I mean, they're okay. Some of them do wash trading. Personally, there's some really good exchanges out there that I really hope would list us for free. The ones I personally use, Crypto.com, I use Voyager is really cool. Atomic Wallet's okay. It's kind of one of those in the pinch moments, but there's a couple of ones I use quite a bit on my phone that I would love to see listed with Hoj, just because I've been using it for everything else. That's just my personal deal. But again, don't quote me on it. Hunter can probably tell you if there's other ones. Hunter, from a business development perspective, what do you think?
You mean, yeah, it's pretty spot on. So a lot of times when you're reaching out to the really large exchanges, as we do pretty often, one of their first questions is going to be, okay, what other exchanges are you currently listed on? They like to know who else has already done the research and decided that you're a really good token to go with. And so that really does open up a lot of those doors because that immediately lets every other exchange know, okay, well, these people already did a lot of their research. They've looked into them and they believe that this is a strong token. And especially if they're having volume there, now let's bring them onto our platform. And that is also how we've talked about this before, but at the very beginning, it was desperate to try and reach out to any exchange. When you look at the early days, just trying our hardest just to get someone from a very small exchange to pick up our call. And we always talked about eventually we would like to have it to the point to where these exchanges are coming to us, where these types of partners are coming to us, and they're the ones saying, okay, well, we would love to have you on our platform, because that's what happens with the people like Doge, where all of a sudden Doge was listed for completely free on almost every exchange out there, simply because they got to a point where people said, okay, we need them. They're providing that volume, so they got listed for free just about everywhere. So and that's the point we're definitely trying to get to, and this is the first step towards that.
Absolutely. Nicholas, I think you're next, man. I know you've been in. Can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah, you got me?
You'll be next. I promise. Got you, Nicholas. What's up?
What's up? I appreciate everything you guys are doing. This is awesome. A couple things. So, and sorry if I'm repeating something that somebody already asked. So after you guys do the sell, the sells for the coins for USDT, how long will that take before we're listed on an exchange? Is that a pretty immediate process, or is it a couple weeks?
Andrew, you want to take this one again?
Sorry, I was just walking. Do you want to take this? I was just walking across my house and walked through a bad Wi-Fi spot. I did not quite hear that.
Yeah, so kind of a summary of what Hunter was saying earlier is we meet with the exchange, we go on their calendar, and they say, okay, based off of our marketing plan, we can put you in fourth quarter, week 5, fourth quarter, weeks 10, whatever it is. And that's our spot. And so we pay them. You guys all know who it is, because once we pay, you all see it on the blockchain. And then that's our spot. We market the crap out of it. Like, hey, Hoj is going to be on this exchange on this date. Come and buy. Come get ready. Be prepared. It's coming. As far as do we know the date and time at the moment, I don't think we do yet. Once we do, we will make sure we pay. And then once we pay, everyone will know exactly when we're going to list. So that'd be kind of cool. A good question.
Cool.
Presto.
No.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
Could I ask one more question?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been holding this since April, and I've been adding along the way, and obviously the gas fees suck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been doing it the same way all 6 months, and I actually just noticed I went on the website and I guess you could buy it with BNB. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Or you could use Pancake.
Absolutely.
Now, if I use Pancake Swap, I can then switch that over to my MetaMask wallet, or I could switch it over to, could I keep it in Trust Wallet and still gain the distribution?
Yes, that's actually a really good question. So the way that this works is we have what's called a bridged token on the BSC side. Everything on the BSC side, yes, it is a very, very good on-ramp for getting your Hoj, because those transaction fees are so small over on the BSC side. However, the tokenomics don't actually exist over there. So you're getting it, but you're not getting the reflect. So one of the easiest things you can do is do your purchasing over there. And let's say you do a few purchases over a few weeks, then you can bring it across the bridge over into the Ethereum side where you're receiving all of your reflections. So that's traditionally how we recommend doing that, especially if you're going to be a long-term holder and you want to definitely eat off of all those reflections that are happening. So yeah, that's our recommendation. If you want more information for exactly how to use that bridge, I believe we have that information on our website.
Right. Is there a gas fee when you do the bridge to switch over to the Ethereum side?
Yes, there is a gas fee, and that's why I was saying a lot of times what people find to be the best sort of idea is to do a series of purchases over on the BSC side. So over a couple of weeks, you'll make a few purchases, and then overall it comes out to being a lot less because you're just there's just one gas fee rather than multiple.
Yeah, I've been getting burned trying to average down on the Ethereum side. So maybe I'll do that and then make all the purchases and then switch it over in one swap. So that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Cool.
And I would say, guys, we have about 4 requests, which is no problem. I'm trying to cycle in speakers here and there. So as I remove people, it's nothing personal. We just have a lot of people wanting to talk. Presto, go ahead, buddy.
Cool. So I got a few things for the other people who have spoken so far. Maybe some answers to some questions that you guys might not have thought of. So in the last, we were talking about gas fees and how gas fees are really high. Something you should make sure you understand is that gas fees are very dynamic and they swing pretty wildly. There's a website you can go to called ethereumprice.org/gas. It actually breaks down, there's like a big table that shows every hour of every day of the week and when the lowest gas fees tend to occur throughout the week. So you can really kind of maximize those sales events and try not to get roasted too bad by gas fees. Second thing, something I just thought of that I don't really know if this is feasible or not, or if this even makes sense, but there's a time when there was at least some tacit approval of this Change Now website. And there's a few other of these like private exchange. They don't go through an exchange. There's no fee. There's like very small fee associated with those. And I think so. When the other guy mentioned that he had a large wallet, and he was talking about he didn't want to tank the price by selling it. One thing I think there are services that you can look into that will allow you to exchange your coins without actually hitting the Ethereum chain. And I guess I wanted to ask you guys, and I have a few other things to say, but quickly, is that something that you're thinking about looking into for the donation wallet? Is using some third-party service to avoid interacting with these centralized exchanges altogether?
Patrick, you want that one?
Yeah, so in terms of the Change Now protocol, I think that definitely is a good idea. It's something that we have not actually fully addressed yet. However, to avoid those gas fees, we've also we've encouraged people if they have tokens on both BSC and Ethereum to if you want to avoid gas fees, we do have the donation wallet on the BSC side as well. But using those third-party brokers, I do believe for Change Now, if you want to go through that, there is still a fee, correct?
I think it's a lot smaller. It's not a full gas fee. I don't think it's actually using it's using like the transfer protocol instead of the like exchange protocol. And I don't, I'm not super well versed in this, but as far as I understand, it's not actually affecting it doesn't have the same price impact as it would if you were to tank the price on Uniswap. So anyway, maybe think about that a little bit more later. I think one thing to sort of calm the fears of like a huge price tank is, whenever the exchange is, whenever someone sells a bunch of these coins on one exchange that allows for arbitrage opportunities, on other exchanges. So things kind of balance themselves out. So one thing, another commenter said earlier is they're saying, what happens in a week if the price goes down or something like that, and we're speculating there's like a 2-week window. I think one thing I would say to that is, well, if the fundraiser has to reoccur sometime in that next week, then because we had these 2 other exchanges, that's not a net negative. It's still kind of a good thing. Even if that were to happen, we wouldn't get maybe as immediately on the new exchange, but we'd be receiving more funds for the subsequent exchanges. The work's not done just because we hit that first top 5. Another thing I heard, sorry, I'm going to rapid fire through these, is that we have 65,000 holders. I will say that we don't have 65,000 holders. I only say that to say that if you see the number change on Etherscan and that you see a little down arrow at some point, don't panic. The 65,000 some odd holders are just on the Ethereum network. We're on 5 different chains now. You're never going to see the correct amount of holders that actually hold Ethereum or that actually hold Hoj across all those chains. And even if you could, they wouldn't be figuring out who holds on multiple chains, and a wallet can hold on multiple chains. Anyway, don't worry about that.
Not to mention the estimated 30,000 plus that exist on the other centralized exchanges.
Say that again. Oh, right. Yeah, not to mention those. Right, you'll never know those. So the Etherscan number will never reflect all of those, and that's even that estimation is like a complete wild hair estimation because there's multiple exchanges. There's exchanges that you haven't even really heard of that you can that can sometimes hold some of these. It's really weird. The holder count space is really, really shady. It's definitely the weirdest part of this data analytics stuff. So don't trust that 65,000 number, but especially don't trust when that arrow shows a downward trajectory, because more often than not, that means that people are just buying it or moving it from their Ethereum wallet to maybe their BNB side or something like that, and that has an impact in that number. Let's see. So also, somebody asked this question in the Telegram yesterday. They were speculating that one of these top 5 exchanges may not let us in because of the tokenomics of the redistribution of the coin. And I mentioned that I think in one of our previous exchanges, we allowed them to, or they opted to not respect the tokenomics and not have that reflection. Is that something that you guys are considering as a stopgap in case one of these exchanges pushes back against the redistribution?
So there's actually none of the top 5 exchanges that can't accept a token with these tokenomics. There are a couple of exchanges out there that do not have the tech stack to sort of work with a reflective or deflationary token. But these top 5 all have the ability to do so, as well as, remember, we have, as the team behind Hoj, we have very, very few powers, but one of them is to actually exclude a wallet from receiving rewards. And that is a lot of times what we traditionally do with exchanges, because the exchange, if they're not handing it off directly to their holders within the exchange, they will just accumulate it. And that was actually the case of what happened with Whitebit, and that's why they're now doing this donation campaign. But we have the ability to exclude them from getting those reflections.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a great point to make in case people are concerned about that or they think about that. Now, last thing I have to say, and I just appreciate if you could just do a quick synopsis of the plan going forward for the next week or so, what types of sales you're pursuing or how you're trying to get this done. I missed the beginning of this conversation, and I'm streaming this on YouTube through the official Hoj channel, so this will be recorded for later on. So if you could just go back and recap that's all I got. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Rocco, you want to take over the synopsis?
For the next week of what we're planning? So I was getting a message on Telegram at the same time. So this week, we're going to be looking at some more private buyers. We're going to look at some people that want to buy this Hoj at market cost. So what we've been doing is saying, okay, look, the current price right now, DEX Tools is 0.0006. You're going to buy $10,000 worth. So we're going to take your $10,000 divided by 0.0006 equals 15 million Hoj or whatever it is. They then send the USDT to the donation wallet. Donation wallet then sends them the equivalent of the agreed upon total to their wallets. Once this hits exactly where it needs to hit, BizDev should have a date for listing and all that stuff. We pay, we get the date, we tell everybody in the community, say, hey, look, we paid the full $530,000. Here's the hash code of the payment, or 2 hash codes, because you have 2 different transactions, one for USDT, one for Hoj. And then we say this is the listing date. This is the date we're going to list. On the flip side, I'm sure we're going to have some marketing kicking up. Hayden's going to come up with some pretty nifty ideas, I believe. In the past, he's talked about our activation of our soccer league that we're going to be doing, the FIFA Championship. I think that's going to be kicking off soon. And we have some really cool things with some other stars and celebrities we hope to unveil soon. So
cool.
So, a lot of people.
Sorry, I think I really just meant just for the selling of the coin perspective. So after maybe let's speculate a situation where the private sales slow down. What's the plan for the using an exchange or using a change now? Have we thought that far ahead? Are we mostly getting these big private sales happening in right now? I mean, is that a consistent source of transfer right now? Those private sales.
Right now, it's consistent. It's looking anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 a day.
So 6 days.
Yeah. Well, $100,000. Yeah, it could be like 4 days, possibly. And if it comes to a point where it looks like we're stalling out, then yeah, we'll opt to sell on the exchange. But it's not going to be a crazy dip. It's not going to be 500 million. It may be 50 million or 60 million, whatnot.
Okay.
It'll be a couple.
And so are you going to try and maximize the sort of arbitrage opportunity there and not just sell it all on Uniswap, or you have a plan for that?
We don't have a plan just yet for it. I do know when you start using a multi-sig, you get charged gas fees out the yin yang. And so, I think so far today I've already spent $1,000 just on 4 transactions. And so we try to minimize the fees and the costs associated with that. But as we get to that point where we're looking to sell, we're going to definitely maximize the amount of money that we can possibly get from Hoj for sure, for the donation wallet.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Good question. Let's see. I believe next is Hoj. Was it Hoj Thought Leader? Go ahead, buddy.
Hey guys, thanks for all the hard work that you've all done, and thanks to all the community for all the work they've done in the social media space and with the donations and everything. Earlier, the topic came up on what is going to happen with the remaining funds, if there are any, based on the price of Hoj after the top 5 listing is achieved. And there was a comment about that it should go to vote, and that may have just been one man's opinion, and that's fine. I'm in general in favor of voting on things like that. But I just want to read the text from the, and this is really just a comment, okay? It's a comment about setting expectations and meeting those expectations. And so I want to read the text on the donation website page. It says, "The funds donated to these addresses will be used exclusively for exchange listings. Any excess funds will be used for the next listing." And, I'm a flexible person. I understand plans can change and new priorities can arise that are better opportunities and stuff like that. But I think we should be really careful about how we set expectations, such as the statement that was on that donation page, and do our best to meet them. And that's just my opinion, and I've balanced that out, I believe, with my expressions of understanding flexibility and other opportunities. And so that's just kind of my comment that I wanted to say. Thanks again.
Absolutely agreed. And in all fairness, you make a great point. A lot of people don't realize that we actually have 4 donation wallets, right? And so 2 of the wallets, the community voted to put back into the fund. Originally, it was a separate wallet that was set up for LBank and I believe for XT, I think is what it was. Maybe another one, I don't remember. And when we opted not to go with LBank because of wash trading, that wallet just sat there kind of dormant. And so we kind of combined the wallets all together into one page. And so some of that overlap that's happening, it kind of group those together, maybe not purposefully. So the exchange wallets we're using currently is one BSC wallet and one Ethereum wallet. But we're going to pull from the extra wallets for this exchange should we need them. If not, they're basically just there. They're just extra wallets that were there beforehand that weren't associated with this top 5 initially. If that makes any sense.
Yep.
And that's also why, if you guys are looking at the numbers, like these 2 wallets don't equal, $600,000, and that's exactly why. And the BSC wallet was more of an issue with Genosis. Genosis had an issue with the initial BSC wallet, but they forced us to create a new one. So that was just more accidental than anything else. Well, maybe not accidental. Maybe it was more glitchy than anything else. Probably the best word to put it. Omar, welcome to the Twitter Spaces. Always good seeing you. If anyone wants to say hi to Omar, feel free to give him a wave. He's a really, really good guy.
Hey, bud. Omar's great. Omar has been a big supporter of Hoj for a long time and really done a lot for the community and for the project. He's a great guy.
Absolutely. Throw him a like. And also a great soccer player. The guy is amazing.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I'm telling you, more talent than me, man. I'm kind of jealous. These guys are like straight up skilled, and I'm over here like, I don't know. Compared to them, I kind of look like a Tootsie Roll, I guess. I don't know. Not great. Okay, Sam, what's up, buddy? You had a question, and then after you will be Crypto Lex.
What is going on? What a week. What a week. It's so nice to see all this hard work and paying attention since March 7th every day. And I knew it, never feared it in a second. To see this hard work pay off is great. But I just want to say, anyone that's getting new people into crypto and they're using Coinbase, if they put their money on through PayPal instead of their bank, they're able to move that money the same day. Whereas if they put it on through their bank, Coinbase is making people wait till November 12th to move that money off the exchange. So I just wanted to put it out there. If you're getting people into crypto and they want to use Coinbase, put the money on through PayPal and they'll be able to move it the same day.
That's a really good point, man. Yeah, one of the most frustrating, tough parts about the entire DeFi space is bringing in new people who don't already have money in DeFi. And so yeah, that is true. I've heard the same thing. I haven't done it, but I've heard the same. If you initially pay for it through PayPal, you don't have to wait for it to clear from the bank. Which sometimes, yeah, it's 5 or 6 days. It's ridiculous having to wait that long when you just want to buy.
It's like even way past that now. It's November 12th, which is like
yeah, weeks.
2 weeks. It's crazy.
You know what kind of gets me though is I probably put $30,000 through crypto or through Coinbase, and literally it's a week. You know, it's $1,000 limit. After that, it's a week to get it. Crypto.com, if y'all have an option, they're pretty amazing. You can just buy through them directly, or even KuCoin, buy through it directly and then trade that same day. So that's what I've been using. So yeah, good feedback there. Crypto Lex, what's your question, brother?
Hey guys, first I want to say, been following you guys for a while, and great team, great community. Liking what I see. I've been for about 4 or 5 months, and been promoting. And one of the biggest questions I get is, where do I buy? Right? So, and mostly, U.S. Residents, and I'm like, oh well, you can use PancakeSwap, you can use Uniswap, and the average user, especially the newer people coming into crypto, they don't know how to use that. So with this new exchange listing, I guess I kind of want to know a little bit what factors did you consider when choosing the exchange? Because I know there are, like Binance, for example, it's a great exchange, but the same people I'm telling to buy right now won't be able to buy in Binance. And did you guys consider, okay, which exchange would produce the most volume, and then would better start the domino effect? And one other thing I want to, Voyager is also, I use that. It's a great app. They're not an exchange. They route their orders to, they pull in whatever exchanges have the most volume, and then they make a lot of money off of the spreads. And I personally have chatted with the CEO, Stephen Ehrlich, and he said, yeah, we look for the coins with high volume, and that's one of the requirements. So yeah, if we were to get listed on one of the bigger exchanges, I'm pretty sure Voyager will probably follow suit, because they did so with Shiba Inu. Coinbase listed them, or I'm not sure if it was the other way around. But anyway, I'll let you guys answer the question.
Yeah, I might have missed it. What was the question? I'm sorry. I was just listening to the Voyager. I was like, yeah, it's a legit site. I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crypto Lex. Was there a question there too?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, I can hear you now. What was your question?
Oh, can you hear? I'm sorry. I just spoke along. What did you hear exactly?
Oh, I heard a little bit about the Voyager, and I was just kind of paying attention to that. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
What were you asking?
No. Well, basically, I've been promoting to U.S. residents here,
Oh, big. Okay, yeah, sorry, my fault. I got it now. So yeah, so if you're putting to U.S. places or U.S. residents, I'm from the U.S. I'm from Arkansas,
Yep.
and so typically the only really bad state to be in this country is New York. They seem to hate everything to do with crypto or really just money in general.
Mm-hmm.
Gate.io is really good if you want a fiat on ramp. Change Now has a fiat on ramp. Gardarian has a fiat on ramp. StealthX I think has something. We can't use Whitebit because that's international Canadian. We can't use Big One for the same reason. But typically I use Coinbase Wallet. I use MetaMask, and I use Gate.io if I need to. But typically I don't do too much on Gate.io just because I prefer having a little more control over my stuff. But the other thing when you get more advanced is you use the cold wallet. You get off the wallets themselves and have something where you can actually have a little more protection. And if you there's some really great how-to videos on our YouTube page on Hodge University. There's ones that show you how to buy on PancakeSwap, the whole process from buying BNB to getting it set up and all that good stuff. We have 2 videos for the Ethereum side where it's the MetaMask Ethereum, and then we have the Coinbase Wallet Ethereum. And both of those are really step-by-step on how to get involved.
Okay, great. But as far as the new top 5 exchange, did you guys take that into consideration? The U.S. residents, because I know in Binance, these U.S. people can't get on Binance and buy it and that kind of thing. So did you guys look for, okay, which exchange would give us the most volume so that it can start the domino effect? I guess what factors were involved in selecting the exchange?
Yeah, so typically, and Hunter, I'll let you speak to this in a second. Typically, we know that our demographic right now is U.S. residents, right? 80% of people that own Hodge are U.S. residents, and we've been trying to remove that barrier for them buying. And so I think that's been the number one concern that we've had since probably March or April. And wouldn't you say, Hunter?
Yeah, we've definitely encountered that a whole lot because if you look at our demographic, it is mostly North Americans. So obviously the ability to on ramp is really important for us. And if you look at the top 5, I think all of those except for one provide the ability to directly on ramp, which is extremely beneficial and something that we're really looking to make sure anybody looking at Hodge can do so really quickly. Like we were just talking about the fact that okay, well you got to go on Coinbase and you have to wait until November the 12th for this, just to be able to buy Hodge. And even with that being said, it's amazing all we've been able to accomplish, getting into the 9 digits of market cap has been, phenomenal. And so, simply just imagine what the possibilities are when someone can get to that in a few clicks.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. By the way, shout out to Jordan who showed up to our spaces. Jordan, welcome to the space. Omar, I know you're a speaker now, buddy. What's going on, man? Might be away. We'll get you when you come back, if so. Let's see. I think who is next? I believe Crypto Bach. I believe it is. You're up next. No? Okay, Rylas, go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you. Cool. Cool. This is great, guys. I love the patience with all the tech support questions and everything. Look, in regards to what Joe and Gilbert are saying about not wanting to make large sales and not wanting to crash the market and freak people out, I want to point out that's a double-edged sword, because when you make a large sale like that and you eat that slippage, you're getting a lot less value out of what you're selling. And I've got some videos doing analysis on this for anyone who likes math, but the gist of it is you usually want to sell about 2 or 3 ETH at a time and let a couple buys roll in, sell a few more ETH at a time, and that's how you're going to get the most value out of selling whatever you have. You need to patiently unroll your bag. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Point. Okay, EC Trades. How about you, buddy? What do you got?
Hey, thanks for taking me in. Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I just wanted to bring up that article I saw in USA Today the other day. That was awesome. I know you guys are doing so many things, so that's not even all of the utility that you guys are thinking about creating, but you guys are using space not just as a buzzword. It seems like you guys are building out, data management, space infrastructure management. I mean, on top of like all the other stuff that you guys are doing. So, I'm happy. I've been holding for only a couple months, obviously, which has been great timing for me. But I mean, I plan to hold for a while. I think you guys are just doing so much. I don't know if there would be an opportunity to make someone like Elon Musk or NASA or somebody like that aware of what you guys are doing in space, but I feel like it has the potential to be a pretty big deal. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the top 5, exchange listing and all the good stuff coming.
Yeah, and so speaking to Hojman, Hoj is actually partnered with some of the top nationally recognized institutions and partners. I don't think we can say exactly who they are. I don't think they can say who they are just yet. But once things start rolling around, you guys have a really eye-opening experience. They have some beautiful things. I was looking at some of if y'all saw the article in USA Today, there was a video. And in that video, they had talked about some of the plans that they want to use for this CubeSat. And that includes leveraging blockchain to utilize other satellites that aren't being used. So imagine a satellite going over Antarctica. There may not be a lot of people there, but somebody's wanting to use that for some purpose. And so we can use our technology to kind of take the downtime of current satellites and infrastructure out there and provide them business, just leveraging our current know-how and resources. So it's a really unique idea, some of the things that we're bringing to this space, and really, space, not just our space, but galaxy space. And
yeah, I mean, it seems like that kind of infrastructure management would definitely need some sort of huge partnership. So I really look forward to hearing more on that as well in the future.
Absolutely. And if you know anybody at all, I think they're looking for some donations right now. And it'd be so much so where you can actually put your.
Damn it! I was gonna fucking do this. Deal with this shit tomorrow.
Some really cool things going on. So if you're interested, or a business that's interested in sponsoring the Hoj Aerospace Institute, reach out to Hojman, reach out to Wiser. They can get you connected, or Hunter here. They can get you connected and definitely help out with that program. Some really awesome things coming along.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey Blair, what's going on?
Fucking right, no pussy! Yeah!
Wow.
There's always one.
Always one. Wait, Crypto Chris, man, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up there, Joe? Yeah, super stoked. What's going on? Great job, you guys. It's like that happened so fast, I feel like. So yeah, I just wanted to ask, it sounds like basically what you're saying is as soon as you get the money into the exchange, basically we're going to know who it is. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all transparent, right? You'll be able to see our donation wallet, see exactly what wallet it goes to. Within 10 seconds, you're going to know who it is.
Awesome, man.
So some of the people are kind of, got a little more wise to this. They've actually taken like the Zerion app, and they'll put the donation wallet in there, and they can see every single transaction that comes in or out of it. I've seen that being pretty new.
Hey, good night, guys. I just started following Hodge today, so I'm glad to be here, glad to support. I just got 2 questions I have to ask. How confident are you guys with being listed on either one or all the top 5 exchanges? That's one. And the second one is like, what utility do you guys plan for the near future?
So for one of the top 5 exchanges, extremely confident. For all 5, I in my mind, I mean, yes, that is something that is definitely an eventuality. I would not expect that this week, but I mean, yeah, in my mind, I definitely see all top 5 exchanges wanting to list Hoj. Now, in terms of coming utility in the next year, definitely check out a roadmap we have on the website. I will not be able to do it justice in a very short speech, but with everything we have with the partners over Virtual Pangea and the HAI space program that's happening, all to the blockchain utility that is being rolled out through swaps, bridges, other things. As well as Hoj University, which Rocco is moving forward with very quickly. It's really endless. That's the beauty of Hoj, is that this is a community token. So we have all these community members bringing forth these amazing ideas and projects and actually working on them and executing and creating new utility all the time. So yeah, it's definitely something that's beautiful to see within a year. I mean, Lord knows, we're still a very young token, and to see what we've done so far in a year, I mean, it's almost unfathomable to me.
Yeah. And, you know, it took, what, SHIB 10 months to get on a top 5 exchange? And after that, they exploded. We're at month number 9, I think, give or take. So we're kind of following their pattern, more or less, it feels like. But definitely, if you're new to the community, welcome to being here your first day. I'm glad to have you. Check out our Reddit page. Reddit's got a beautiful community. There's a guy named Dave Pool X. Every single week, he throws down some amazing analysis on there, just about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what all the little pieces are happening concurrently. I'm not sure how he does it, but it's the most beautiful thing I read just about every week. So definitely check it out. Up next, The Fool. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, it was just before that blurred out guy was getting a little tense in here. So me and the boys just had a question, and we wanted to know. We've been holding since February, second week of February. We just want to know if there was a preference between Spearmint Rhino or Sapphire for the listing party.
What do you think, Hunter?
I think it's a really interesting question. Man, Spearmint Rhino. Listen, I don't know how to answer that. We'll decide as we get a little closer to that. But listen, we need to set up something.
When we're all millionaires, we have to do it. I mean, we got to drive out in the Lambos. I mean, fucking put 300 miles on the Lambo right away. Drive from the Midwest to Vegas because, flying's for commoners. And, just party it up.
We were debating as soon as we truly all make it, just getting a few people together and buying Hoge Island, to where you have to show up with your MetaMask and show that you hold Hoge, and then the island's welcome to everyone.
That'd be incredible. I will say this: if anybody really wants to meet up, Hoge, the team from Hoge, about half of them, are going to Boston University November 8th through the 10th. November 9th, we're going to be speaking at Boston University about crypto and the blockchain, about our utility. Feel free to come out there. I'm not sure if the event will be open to the public. I think there'll be a finite number of tickets available, but come grab a beer. Let's talk. Hoge, let's just meet and greet. I love to get to know some people that are part of the community that just want to talk. Some beautiful things, beautiful partnerships happen. I think just because we're in this space and let's be honest, only 2% of the world is using crypto. We found each other. I mean, let's break it down at the beginning. Hoge is very unique in the fact that we have people from all walks of life here. We have doctors, we have business people, we have lawyers, we have plumbers, we have janitors. It brought a collective group of people together who are just goal getters. I mean, they do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it, and they're building beautifully. This community of developers are doing things that most other communities can't even think of doing. I mean, we're putting a satellite in space, for instance. We are building an education platform. We're building different kinds of tools and technologies to help this space out. We're sending our developers over to Uniswap for a hackathon. I mean, we're doing so many things that nobody's doing. We have a Hoge lobbyist, for goodness sake. Like, we're doing everything, it feels like. And that's because we have so many different community members that just feel passionate about something and they just start doing it. And so it's amazing. If y'all are in Boston, come meet us. Come say hi.